Hey guys, today I have another Final Fantasy 15 guide. Today I'm going to show you the secret Labyrinth location where you can get over 1000 XP and a butt ton of treasures. And to do this you need the Regalia type, so you get that complete in Cindy's side quest. So to activate the side quest Stealing the Past, you need to go over to Lestalem, and at night between 9 PM and 5 AM you need to go over to the easternmost back alley, like it's to the right, as in sort of in the corner to the very far right. You'll just be all rocks behind you, and you need to go. I'll show you in the gameplay anyway. And you need to go down by the, and you'll get a prompt to listen, I believe it is, and then there'll be an open window and you can hear people talking about treasure, and then Prompto and all them get all excited trying to find out what the treasure is. And then once you've done that, you need to go down to the very bottom of the map to northwest of Verina's Mart in Ravatov, where you need to land your Regalia F there, and you need to land it is that little orange line that you can see. So probably the best way to do it is, well, I recommend saving just before you get there like I did, and then you go straight ahead towards the volcano and, over the mountains, and then the game will actually force you to go right. So then, go with it. Don't force you. Don't try to fight it or anything. Just let the game force you to go right, and then tilt your turn right just a little bit more, and you should be lined up with it. So you only really need to just go straight ahead and try to fly as low as possible. And as soon as you get to about where the mart is, or just before where the mart is, hold L2 and try to go as low as possible, and then you see this little dirt track, sort of like a runway, and then as soon as you can see the prompt to press X to land, press it, and then you should land safely.
Everybody out. Should be a nice change of pace.
There are enemies around here, and they are quite high level. At the very back where you need to go, they're level 85, and they are quite tricky. I tried to defeat them on level 65, I think, and it was quite hard. But you can, like I do in this gameplay, you can skip them and just run past them and continue on, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. So once you go to the very back above this big rock where I'm standing in the gameplay, you see this to the left, you see this dirt track like where you landed the Regalia, and you basically just have to follow that all the way up to the Pitios Ruins dungeon.
The breeze feels good.
Indeed.
And there'll be a little crate to the very right corner, which is where I'll stand in the gameplay to show you. So you press X to pick it up and you get 50,000 XP and Magitech core. This dungeon is only open at night time. So I believe, what's that, 8 o'clock to 5 a.m. I believe it is. And yeah, that's when it opens. And right ahead on the wall you'll see this circular symbol, and that's basically a button. So after dark it will light up. And then you just walk into it and it will press it, and the floor will turn into and it will take you down to all these big puzzles and stuff like that. It's quite tricky. So yeah, it's quite a tricky dungeon, but there's no enemies. But you know, it will be quite tricky and take quite a while to actually collect everything because there is so much stuff in here. And then once you're finished, to actually leave the area, you need to run back to your regalia and then just reverse as far back as you can go, then pull forward and just fly out, and that's it. Then you're done. And then you can land right next to the shop and camp at the caravan, or at that secret place there was actually a campsite. But you know, if you want to get the most XP, I'd recommend going to Alticia and getting that 3 XP boost. And when you're landing, make sure you don't, you know, crash like I did, because I had to end up towing it to Hammerhead and getting Cindy to fix it. But yeah.
Everybody out. Do we have to walk?
So yeah, that's basically it for this video. Enjoy raiding this labyrinth, this dungeon, and thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.